10 shocking hidden signs you're dating a covert narcissist. Red flags you're missing. If you've clicked on this video, something inside you is already questioning your relationship. Maybe your partner seems perfect on the surface, but something feels off. You can't put your finger on it, but you're walking on eggshells, second-guessing yourself, and feeling emotionally drained. What if I told you that you might be dating a covert narcissist? Unlike the obvious, grandiose narcissists we see in movies, covert narcissists are the silent manipulators. They're the ones who destroy you with a smile, who make you feel crazy while appearing to be the victim themselves. Today, I'm going to reveal the 10 most hidden signs that you're dating a covert narcissist, signs that even relationship experts miss. These are the red flags that will save you years of emotional trauma and help you reclaim your sanity. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools to recognize these toxic patterns and finally understand why you've been feeling so confused and exhausted in your relationship. Let's dive in. They're hypersensitive to criticism. This is the #1 hidden sign that's often disguised as sensitivity. Your partner can dish out criticism all day long, but the moment you offer even gentle feedback, they completely fall apart or become cold and withdrawn. They might say things like, "You always attack me," or "I can never do anything right for you," when you simply ask them to help with dishes. They turn themselves into the victim every single time, making you feel guilty for having basic needs or boundaries. Here's what you need to do. Pay attention to this pattern. Healthy people can handle constructive feedback without making you the villain. 2. Passive-aggressive punishment. Instead of direct confrontation, covert narcissists use silent treatment, subtle digs, or forgetting important things as punishment. When you ask what's wrong, they say "I'm fine" while clearly acting cold toward you. In case you find yourself in this kind of situation, don't chase after their approval. Call out the behavior directly. "I notice you're treating me differently. Let's talk about what's really going on." They might say things like, "You always attack me," or "I can never do anything right for you," when you simply ask them to help with dishes. They'll make self-deprecating comments specifically to get you to reassure them and shower them with praise. They turn themselves into the victim every single time, making you feel guilty for having basic needs or boundaries. 3. Fishing for sympathy and compliments. Covert narcissists are masters at getting others to stroke their ego without directly asking for it. They'll make self-deprecating comments specifically to get you to reassure them and shower them with praise. They can comfort you when you're upset, but it feels performative, like they're going through the motions. What to do? Pay attention to this pattern. "I look so old today. I'm terrible at everything," or "Nobody appreciates me." When you rush to comfort them, you're feeding their narcissistic supply without even realizing it. How odd, right? There you go. Here is your move in such a situation. Instead of automatically reassuring them, try saying what makes you feel that way. This forces them to be more honest about their real feelings. 4. Lack of emotional empathy. Here's what's tricky. They understand what you're feeling. Cognitive empathy, of course. But they don't actually feel bad about your pain. That is, emotional empathy. They can comfort you when you're upset, but it feels performative, like they're going through the motions. When you're crying or in distress, pay attention to their response. Do they seem genuinely moved by your pain, or does it feel like they're acting out what they think the right response should be? What to do? Trust your gut. If their comfort feels hollow or self-serving, that's important information about who they really are. 5. Subtle superiority complex. Unlike grandiose narcissists who brag openly, covert narcissists display their sense of superiority through subtle judgment and comparison. They'll sit quietly in conversations, but you can feel them mentally critiquing everyone around them. They make subtle comments about other people's choices, clothes, or lifestyle. They position themselves as more enlightened, sensitive, or deep than others, but in a way that seems humble. Though you are not supposed to be hypersensitive, still, don't fail to notice if you feel judged or less than around them, even when they're not saying anything directly critical. 6. Gaslighting your reality. This is perhaps the most damaging behavior. They'll deny conversations that happen, twist your words, or make you question your own memory and perceptions. Dr. Ramani calls this psychological warfare. If you find yourself thinking, "Maybe I'm crazy," or "Did that really happen?" that's gaslighting. If you're considering recording conversations to prove what was said, you're being gaslit. What to do? Trust your memory. Write things down. If you're questioning your sanity in a relationship, that's a massive red flag that you need to take seriously. 7. Everything is about their image. Covert narcissists are obsessed with how they appear to others, but in subtle ways. Your relationship serves their image. You make them look good, caring, or desirable. You're more of an accessory than a partner. Ask yourself, does your partner want you because of who you are, or because of what you represent? Do they show you off when it benefits them but ignore you when it doesn't? If this is your situation, pay attention to when they're most affectionate or attentive. Is it when others are watching, or in private moments that matter to you? 8. Emotional unavailability disguised as depth. They present themselves as deep, mysterious, or complicated, but in reality, they're emotionally unavailable. They'll talk about feelings in abstract ways but never truly connect with yours or share their own vulnerably. They might say they're not good at emotions or they're still healing from past trauma, but they never actually do the work to heal. It's just an excuse to avoid real intimacy if that is the situation with you. Look for consistent effort to improve emotional intimacy, not just excuses for why they can't connect. 9. Triangulation and comparison. Covert narcissists subtly bring up other people to make you feel insecure or competitive. They'll mention their ex's cooking, their friend's career success, or their coworkers' looks just enough to plant seeds of doubt. My ex used to love doing that, or Sarah is so good at organizing events. These comments seem innocent but are designed to make you try harder to please them. Before you make excuses, healthy partners don't make you feel like you're competing with others. If you feel constantly compared to other people, address it directly. 10. They never take responsibility. Perhaps the most telling sign, they never genuinely apologize or take responsibility for their actions. Their apologies sound like "I'm sorry you feel that way" or "I'm sorry, but you," always shifting blame back to you. You understand what I mean. Perhaps the most telling sign, they never genuinely apologize or take responsibility for their actions. Their apologies sound like "I'm sorry you feel that way" or "I'm sorry, but you," always shifting blame back to you. When there's a problem in the relationship, somehow it's always your fault, your sensitivity, your misunderstanding, or your past trauma. They position themselves as the reasonable one dealing with your issues. What to do? Pay attention to who takes responsibility in your relationship. If it's always you, that's not a partnership, that's manipulation. It takes two to be in a relationship. What if you recognize these signs? First, know that you're not crazy. These patterns are real, and your feelings are valid. Here's what you need to do though. Step 1. Document everything. Start with keeping a journal of interactions. Write down what was said, when, and how it made you feel. This will help you see patterns and trust your own perception. Step 2. Set clear boundaries. Practice saying no without explanation. "No, I can't do that" is a complete sentence. Watch how they respond. Narcissists hate boundaries. Step 3. Stop trying to fix them. You cannot love someone into changing. Covert narcissists rarely change because they don't see themselves as the problem. Stop making excuses for their behavior. Either accept it or leave it. Step 4. Build your support network. Reconnect with friends and family. Narcissists isolate their victims. Having outside perspectives will help you see the relationship more clearly. Step 5. Consider professional help. A therapist who understands narcissistic abuse can help you process what you've experienced and develop strategies for healing or safely leaving. Remember, no one is asking you to break your relationship or break your marriage. However, the truth is, you deserve to be with someone who makes you feel good about yourself, not someone who makes you question your sanity. You deserve genuine empathy, not performance. You deserve real love, not manipulation disguised as affection. In conclusion, here is what I want to highlight for you. I know that this video might be triggering for many of you. If you recognized your partner in these signs, you might be feeling scared, confused, or even relieved to finally have an explanation for what you've been experiencing. Nevertheless, recognizing these patterns is the first step toward freedom. It takes incredible strength, though, to question a relationship, especially when that person has spent months or years making you doubt yourself. The case is the same for men as it is for women. So, understand that you are not too sensitive. You are not crazy. You are not asking for too much. Your feelings matter, your needs are valid, and you deserve so much better than someone who treats love like a game they have to win. The fact that you're here, watching this video, researching these patterns, that shows you still have fight left in you. That shows you haven't completely lost touch with your inner voice that's been trying to protect you. Ask for help. At least call your country's dedicated lines for domestic abuse. Even emotional abuse is still abuse for everyone else on this healing journey. Be patient with yourself. Recovery from narcissistic abuse takes time. Some days will be harder than others, but every day you choose to honor your truth and protect your peace is a victory. You survived 100% of your difficult days so far. You have everything within you to create the healthy, loving relationships you deserve. Trust yourself, trust the process, and never forget you are worth fighting for. If this video helped you, please share it with someone who might need to see it. Sometimes we can't see our own situation clearly, but we can help others see theirs. Also subscribe, like, comment, and share to grow the awareness.